Well, my name is Michael McKee, and my medium is pastel, and I work with a soft pastel on a sanded ground, so it has a real interesting tooth and texture to grip that pigment. Well, I was 6 years old, and my dad enrolled me in a life drawing class, and it was very intimidating, but inspirational as well. Well, for a number of years, I was an illustrator in the Chicago area, and as an illustrator, you try and apply many styles, and you work in commercial language. But about 20 years ago, I picked up pastels and just kind of fell in love with the tactile quality of that. And so this is nothing like my illustration days, but I fell in love with bold color and trying to create motion and movement inside of a landscape. So all of my pieces have kind of big, bold strokes in them, and you're trying to feel like you're moving in the landscape, because the landscape is never static. So in my landscape technique, I have a lot of big, bold strokes. And when I'd be working on them and you'd see them up close, they would kind of be their little abstract compositions. And so 10 years ago, I wanted to give those their own life. And they evolved from there. And some of them have geometry in them. Some of them are more kind of organic, circular. But the ones I have out here are just more geometric, I'd say. I paint mostly from memory, and I like the controlled environment of the studio. So a lot of artists like working in plein air outdoors, but it's never appealed to me so much. And my colors are so they're kind of like the highest colors in nature, but they never show up all at once in real life in nature. So I create that in the studio more effectively. The atmosphere is headphones. I'm always listening to music. I grew up in a musical family, and I kind of think improvisationally. Jazz was my background, and so there's improvisation in that. And with my both landscape and the abstracts, I think improvisationally when I'm doing it. I always listen to music, sometimes classical, sometimes jazz, sometimes more high energy pop things. But it's always about rhythm and where that goes. Well, I kind of describe my colors as joyful colors. And so when I reach someone, it's about the color. They really emote to the color. Some people are so strongly emoting with color that they'll bring them to tears. Not always my things, but just when they respond to color. So there is a certain segment of the audience that just really loves color. Well, clearly the duration of the show is number one, but it's the opportunity for the patrons to talk with the artists and see how they're working, to experience a little of the creative process. And you also get a lot of amateur artists coming out here and there, absorbing technique and learning from professional artists in a different kind of way, kind of a low-pressure way, I guess. And then certainly the opportunity for the patrons to come back multiple times is very important to a lot of local customers, because it's not spending $7,000-8,000 on a piece can require some thought. You might need to come back a couple times to pick the right piece.